All right, welcome back to part 2 of Read 536, the Triangulated Analysis Standards Assignment for the Community College track students. So I showed you before this example of one of the standards that Read 536 is supposed to cover, and then how I felt it was covered in this course, and I gave a little bit of an explanation. So that's the type of analysis I'm asking you to do for this assignment based on whatever standards you do choose. So here now is an example of one that we've been working with. So we have this new standard. So they redid these standards in 2010. That's when they were written, and then we need to be implementing them by next year, I believe, fully. So some of my assignments have been changed to reflect these new standards, but some have not. And so one of the things that I'm having issues wrapping my brain around is how I meet this particular standard, which is 5A2. So it's candidates interpret results of disaggregated school-wide assessment data to propose changes in instructional practices through grade and school level discussion and professional development. So it was decided that this should be in 536. That in itself is another discussion of whether or not it belongs in this class, but right now it's in that class. So in this class, so I need to figure out how I'm going to design my assignments to meet this. And so this was one of the things our old assignment did. So one of the lenses that we had to do the triangulated analysis assignment through was data, and you had to have a data set from your school. Well, things have changed in the past couple of years, and one of the issues that we have is that we have so many students who are not full-time in a school, and so it became very, very difficult for them to get assessment data. And so then the assignment kind of changed to using sets of data that we created, but that also became problematic because we had lots of teachers in the program, just based on circumstances beyond everybody's control in the state, who hadn't really been in a classroom full-time ever yet, because there's not a lot of jobs out there, and so they didn't have any practice with looking at data this way. We had folks, kind of all across the spectrum who what kind of data set were we going to get that would make sense to use as kind of a fake or standard data set. And then we have the community college folks, and so then that became a very difficult part of the assignment to do, so it was taken out and changed to the theory piece. So now this is still in the course, so I addressed it in my analysis, right? So I said, no, Read 536 assignments and activities do not help candidates meet the standard. The triangulated analysis assignment does not currently address data, nor does the curriculum innovation assignment. And so then I made some notes that I can talk about in my narrative later on. Perhaps we can figure out a way to make data one of the lenses through which the program is evaluated again. We've talked about maybe taking some of the assessments that you learn about in other classes and putting it in this class, and so at least we're going to talk about the assessment piece and make some sample data off the assessments. But so far as the assignments stand now, or possibly I could create another assignment to work on the data piece, but as it stands now, I do not meet this standard at all. So this is the type of analysis I'm looking for. So like I said, I used the standards and the guidelines off CTC that we use to design our program, and then I talked about just a few. So as I said in the PowerPoint, you can go ahead and you can either, if it makes sense, look at it through the lens of your area of literacy, and if it doesn't make sense, or that's too difficult because of how the standards or the guidelines you're going to use are written, then it's okay to be a little more holistic, and you can talk about, in general, how does the course or program help meet some of these standards. If that's what you're going to do, I would say that it's appropriate to just select maybe 5 or 6. You don't have to go through, if you're using 10 or 12 standards, like I have to cover in 536, you don't have to go through every single one. So I would say about 5 or 6 is an appropriate number. Yeah, so I am expecting that I'll probably get some emails from a few of you trying to figure out, do these standards make sense? Can I use this? Like I said, this is new, trying to differentiate this piece, so I'm going to give you and myself some flexibility here. But I hope that this screencast and this idea gives you a little bit of direction for how you can proceed with this piece. So in terms of what you need to turn in, it will be something like that template that you saw I created. I'll put that example on Titanium, and then you can go ahead and you can create your own template. So good luck. I'm excited to see how this assignment turns out.